Okay, so I can't believe this is the third night I've been drawing this. So I mentioned yesterday that I was going to build around there, but I decided against it and just carried on around there just to build up the middle bit, just around the eye. So I've added like a few layers, but I need to add some more. And so I'm going to continue with the Pablo white, and this one is sort of quite time consuming, but I'm just going to keep layering and layering and just see where we get, because these parts here that I'm doing, they're getting all the layers, but it's the bits in between that aren't. So I need to actually see if I can add a bit of colour underneath, and so that's showing up a bit. So I'm working quite loosely with the colour, and you can tell that because of how far up my hand is on the pencil. This is the Polychromos Sky Blue. Okay, right, let's see if the Pablo brownish beige can also add a bit of depth to it as well. So I'm not going up with the way that the fur is laid, but this dog, it's got quite a lot of direction with it. I mean, but it's actually quite a clear direction for each one, so it's not too bad. And yeah, I've just got to keep persevering with this because it is quite a dark surface for a light dog, but it's got darkness coming through the white fur. Okay. Right. Let's try this again. So I'm using the Polychromos white at the moment because it's got a firmer core to it. And the Pablo's goes over it quite nicely. Right, try and give it some definition around here. I think I might try a Pablo light grey just to build it up a bit more, give it some more tone. And then also what I'm going to do in a moment, once I've built this bit up a bit more, is I'm going to use a slice tool to remove some of the pigment, so then I can start layering it up again. And sometimes that really gives a good fur result with the fur. I know it works really well on drafting film. It works excellent on that. You can get some really good effects with it. But with pastel matte, you kind of have to make sure you've got lots of layers, like waxy layers down, before you can use it. Just getting the layers on, but also making it stand out and not looking flat. Just wondering whether this slice tool is going to work. So basically it's a ceramic blade and you can get refills. I got this one off of Amazon. I'm just gonna, you have to be very gentle with it. So you still want to use the slice tool in the same direction as the fur as well. going to take too much off of here because I'm just going to layer it back up again, but it adds a bit of tone to it. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in with the white and just try and top that layer up again. I mean, this part's going to be the thinner layer anyway, because you've got all this other thicker fur. This Derwent drawing. This is a Derwent drawing, and these are lovely thick cores, so you don't actually have to put a lot of pressure on the pencil. Just wondering how well this is going to go down. Yeah, it's going down really well. So it's quite a solid white. I also want to be mindful so as not to overwork the area. So I'm again adding more layers to this part as well. And you can still see on this part, even using a thicker pencil like this, you can still see the tooth coming through. And this is why you need lots of patience with pastel mat. And pastel mat comes in sheets of paper, like in a pad, and board, and this is the board version. I'm just going to go back to that Pablo for a moment because it lays down really nicely. Right, just make sure I've got everything at the right angle. So I'm going to build this part up a bit more actually, because it's looking a bit flat compared to the other bits. I'm going to do this circle motion there. Just gradually build that up. Right, I've got some new pencils coming tomorrow, hopefully. So it might be, there are different brands, well, same as these, but different shades. So never know, there might be something that's really gonna make this part pop. So the tooth's gradually disappearing over this part. Which is what we want. There's not much definition around that part. Just going to try and do some faint shading in there so that you can see the slight shades. That defines it from the other bits. This is the warm grey 4. I know there's a more defined fur underneath this fluffier bit. And under here as well. Right. Definitely reaches an ugly stage, but persevere with it and it does come out. Just trust in the process. And sometimes when you think you're stuck on a really difficult one, it's just best to walk away and come back with a fresh pair of eyes, maybe the following day or a few hours later. So if I just go like that, and it gives the appearance of going up and underneath the bigger white area there. And that's a good thing about the slice tool, that it allows you to do that. some of the lighter parts, the more fluffier parts, don't look exactly like a pure white. They look more like some of the lighter warm greys. So I might try and give that a go with that later on, but it also looks like it's got a tinge of maybe pink. So I might try and give it with the Graphite Rose Pablo and see if that does it. So basically do it as an underlayer and then bring in sort of like some Pablo Pearl Greys as well. The more this dog is, you know, completed around this area, the more this will all fall into place. And then when I get to the end, I'll tidy it up and add some more layers and make sure everything's all in the right place. Right. It gives the impression of like finer fur down at this bit where it sort of tails off a bit. So rather than it being solid pigment, you can see that it's, you know, trailing off. Right. Okay. This is where you can see the fur that's closer to the skin on this part. But we're going to make the lighter part stand out more against it. Actually, what's that one? Okay, now try the ash grey. Just going to sharpen it with my electric pencil sharpener. Bit again. Ah, there we go. That's better. Right. So it's kind of like burnishing it as well. See, around this part, there's not much tooth coming through. There needs to be a slight gap in there. Like that. Okay. And then I think just a bit of that on there as a very lightly. Okay. Try this again. Actually, get that a bit sharper. Right. So that joins together. Just gets that tooth disappear. So yeah, that's that. And then it's going to have a brighter piece there. So I'm just plotting that bit out. Yeah, and that goes down there like that. And then that would trail that bit off into where the parting for the nose goes. Okay. All right. Okay, so we've got that. Actually. I know some people like to do their drawings differently, so some people will lay down like a base colour, and it looks really untidy. So you can have all the lines in like this, and then you can sort of just add areas where you think the colours are going to be, and then you can start adding other colour pencils on top. So yeah, I know some people like to do that. I've done it sometimes on some of my drawings. It's always nice to try something different. I think this one, I think it just needs to be done in small bits. It's quite a challenge, but it's going to be worth it. Right, so that's that bit. And I need to define that bit there. So I just go up that way. I think it looked better as well once that eye is in, and maybe do that bit there as well. And then perhaps work over there to see where it goes. Because you see one thing one night and then you come back with it fresh eyes the following day and you think, nope, I'm going to go with another area. Just try and concentrate on this bit here actually, because it's so easy to keep going around different areas, but really I just need to try and concentrate on getting this little bit done so that I can progress on that bit, and then do the eye, I think. I definitely think using the slicing tool has helped lay down the pigment better. Okay. I love drawing so much, it's so therapeutic and relaxing. So that's going to be darker up there. As you can hear, there's still a lot of tooth around in this part. Okay, right, so we will leave it here for tonight. And so next time, this part hopefully should be done, and maybe fill that in a bit more. Try and get a bit more there done. Then I want to start getting that bit, well actually I'll do the eye first and then I'll start moving around there, and that actually should start bringing it all together a bit more. But anyway, so that's it for this evening. Don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page, Pools and Pencils Art, YouTube, Pools and Pencils Art, and TikTok, Pools and Pencils Art. Thank you for watching.